yo yo, Mayegun don come, oh yo yo.
This one not dey off in mind.
Oh yo yo, Mayegun don come, oh yo yo.
Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Poor man pikin, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh.
Oh yo yo.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dodo. Mayegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dodo.
Hello there.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining me from. It is Mayegun General live. Read the caption of the broadcast. It is breakfast time in America. It is noon here in the UK and Nigeria. And I bet it's evening time elsewhere. Top of the moment to you. Share the broadcast.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Mo ti dé o.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rà kì í. Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Thank you for joining me. Like I said, read the caption of the broadcast, the description of the broadcast, share it. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Mayegun today.
Ọ bàbá gbẹ̀wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í. Ijó ìgbádùn yẹn. Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í. Presido bá wù sí o. Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
I told you that we will get to the roots of the whole budget padding scandal. Of course, we are beginning to get in part where they padded the budget. Even though they are telling you to wait because they are renewing your hope, Baba, every of their action continue to remind you that this hope is renewing like this.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rà kì í. Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Now, today. So, good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you, and then good evening to you from wherever you are joining me from today. Remember that you can actually call in straight up in this on this program. However, make sure you have taken your time to read the description of the charts, and you can be part of it too. Congratulations. No. Is that okay? Yeah. Congratulations to you, Nigeria students. The scheme and the lie that APC Egbekegbe cooked overnight and called it student loan. They have now postponed the launching indefinitely, which simply put, it has been cancelled until the next elections. Congratulations in the sense that now it is clear, okay, you are no longer expecting anything from them that they have been using to hold you down all this while. Your parents are going through hell in the Tinubunomic, which is the economy that you are currently existing in. They have your parents who are already finding it difficult to pay for your tuition, school fees, and the rest of that, right? A lot of them were deceived, believing that now that subsidy on education has been removed, Tinubu's government will loan them money. They were not reading the fine prints, the lies that they printed in black and white called the student loan. I saw the copy and it didn't take me more than just 5 minutes to see the trashy paper as a scam. Your parents who felt like they will be compensated elsewhere, Tinubu removed subsidy. Not be only petroleum subsidy, then removal. Tinubu removed subsidy on education, and therefore, education tuition in Nigeria today, in supposed government schools, right? They have gone up beyond what a poor man can afford anymore. Education is luxury now. No thanks to Kolu. They also deceived you that, don't worry, they will give you money for education, loan. So we saw that it was a lie. Now you can breathe easily now that you are not expecting anything concerning this your education. And all of your greatest bagba, greatest bobo, emadagbero last in you if you don't actually do something. Nobody is going to fight for you. Nobody is fighting for anybody. The money that is meant for your education is the money these rogues are sharing, that you are reading the news and you are laughing. Some of them are already turning it into tribal war. Yet, as a student, you are still telling them that you are batified. But let's go back to where your destiny have been mortgaged and slaughtered in Naira and Kobo. Let's go back to that their Senate yesterday. This was what that guy, the man that is now suspended, Abdul Ahmed Ningi, I think. Yes, the whistleblower, the man that blew whistle on the padded budget of Nigeria. We'll be saying 5 billion. See, this is where you should begin to understand that Nigeria is not for you. And I will continue to remind you, okay? They budgeted over 500 billion naira for themselves. Then they said, oh, they will give you 5 billion for student loan. Oh, maybe that money is too small. Let's make it 10 billion. They have no plan of giving you anything. Oh. 10 billion naira for student loan for a whole country. Baba, sure you know see the scam in it. But themselves, Abi, Akpabiole loan is to collect 2.5 billion naira to buy refrigerators for the people of his constituency. How many refrigerators do you think 2.5 billion naira can buy? I did some rough check. Let's assume that Akpabiole begin to buy 1 million naira refrigerator for his own constituency. 100 of that refrigerator will be 100 million. Times 10. 100, that's 1,000. 1,000 refrigerator, 2,000 refrigerator. That is a 2,500 refrigerators. Everybody go just do Akpabiole constituency. They go just open the door and say, take oh. Let's say they give you a refrigerator. Hello? Take oh, refrigerator, 2.5 billion. Akpabiole alone, through the Ministry of Agriculture, padded 18 billion for Akwa Ibom, for his people of his constituency, who are farmers. 18 billion. There are more. There are some that padded their own to the tune of 120 billion, 100 billion, 80 billion in that budget where they pass. But the rogues are already gathered. They've sacrificed one of them that raised the alarm, that is lying. But you know he is not. I have evidence. Yes, I do. And I know you do have evidence too. But you have become so powerless and weak-minded, that you always remember to remind yourself that there is nothing you can do about it, other than just be angry and pray to God to touch their hearts, so that out of that 2.5 billion, maybe you go just help people, even if it's 500 million. There were others who collected 500 million. They didn't deny it. Akpabiole Bamidele turned it into tribal war. Now, people of Ekiti, the people of Ekiti that voted for APC, Egbekegbe on credit, they haven't paid them till now. Akpabiole is from Ekiti. And he said they won't deny that he didn't collect 500 million. The plan is, if you don't see borehole, if you don't see empowerment in the next few months, then you can now complain. What happened to your education? These are the reasons why. We'll go back to yesterday.
Someone was called to this particular forward submission. I will check it. Myself, Senator Dab, Senator Karimi, Senator Medoki. And they showed their anger about this particular statement. And I said, listen to the Hausa Virgin. In the Hausa Virgin, did you hear me mention Akpabiole's name? Did you hear me mention pardon? Even the one that was read out, there was no. So I went to Sokoto and quickly came back to Abuja. As I was arriving in Abuja, here you have a presidential spokesman response. Not on the interview I granted, but on this particular version, that I said the president is implementing budget. That I said the president does not like the North. That I said the president does not care about the North. And therefore, because of the filthy nature that the national media took it, I rushed this assembly and countered with documentary evidence what was said here and what I said. Mr. President, if you had listened, all your agents have listened to the Arise interview and the Correspondence Chapel interview, I said categorically, the president's powers stopped as a proposal, as he proposed the budget. And I said, there is no way the National Assembly will add anything on the budget and it becomes funding. The tapes are there. I said the National Assemblies have powers. Some 120 billion, some 50 billion, some 30 billion. Mr. President, some have less than 1 billion. Mr. President, as I speak to you, Mr. President, as I speak to you, I do not know your take-home pay. You know my own. I do not know the take-home pay of any of the principal officers. Mr. President, as I speak, I know within the budgetary provisions, you made available funds for purchase of cars. Mr. President, I don't know how much was spent on your cars and the other principal officers. I know how much was spent on individuals, senators' cars. And as I speak to you here, standing, people are calling me names. I do not receive a single car. All within the budget provisions, Mr. Chairman. all within the budget provisions. I have, as a matter of fact, I have 5 eggs, just like every member of the House of Representatives has 5. Mr. President, I do not know the number of your eggs. I do not know the number of the eggs of the Deputy Senate President. You allow me to speculate, and therefore everything that is in the budget is my concern. Finally, Mr. President, finally. Mr. President, finally. Mr. President, finally. In the course of
Mike.
Nobody has dared me bring evidence. I take a speech. I do not speak here to have
Mike.
They don't turn off the microphone again. Bunch of criminals. The place that in a sane country, they won't finish that session when the supposed citizens will mobilize themselves and march straight to that National Assembly and grab each of them. You get what I mean? And deal with them. Like you are watching it live at home. That guy was beginning to say, Omo, let's be honest here. Every time they put all of us together, they say the Senate is this, Senate is that. Or some of you here, you are padding budget, even though I didn't say you padded it. I'm only saying investigate because of the discrepancies in these numbers. Even you, Mr. President, you know how much is my salary. You know how much I take home from this place. I do not know how much you take home. I do not know how much, I do not know how much your influence actually reach, how far it reaches. Or how deep your hand is into the cookie jar. So he's upset personally. So this is not about you, any of you. Yes, it's the whistleblower, but it's one of them. Another one just rose, that same last night too. And he said, maybe some of you collected 500 million. Like this.
Distinguished colleagues, thank you, Mr. Chairman, for yielding the floor to me. I thought when the Chairman of Appropriations spoke, it was as clear as crystals that there was a misunderstanding of the figures. When he came up with the GOEs and all the agencies on first line charge, there is no difference between the figure he reeled out and the figure purported to be padded. I thought with that matter would have been rested by Senator Ningi, saying that this 3-point-something trillion was not part of the budgetary provisions printed out for us. That would have settled this matter. We are going forth and back on these issues and coming up with issues of the budget and individual issues concerning what came to our various constituencies. If we want to go into those issues, all of us are culpable. Some senators here, so-called senior senators, got 500 million each. I am a ranking senator, I didn't get. Did I go to the press? Most of you got. And yes, if we want to go into those issues, excuse me, if we want to go into those issues, yes. So I think that Senator Ningi,
let me change my Bible. Maybe I should change this Bible now. I think this is the stoppage, right?
So in a nutshell, they turned off his mic. You cannot be saying that in public. We can't talk about that in public. And the next thing was for this Ronunazi leader, àwọn descendant Akintola, àwọn descendant what do you call them again? Àwọn ọ̀dàlẹ̀ that eventually work towards sacrificing Awolowo just for the for little shekel, 20 pieces of silver. Now then be that too. The politics of Akintola in Yoruba land, the politics of hate, the politics of division, all of that are part of the darkest part of our history as a people. The descendants of those era, some of them are now in the leadership position in Nigeria. And it is not that, despite the fact that they are all tribalistic, no Yoruba is benefiting from their tribalism. There is no, you can't say, oh, these people are tribalist politicians, right? And they are doing so because of the love they have for their people. Go back to where these Olori Brukus come from in Yoruba land. Abishebi, you don't hear the bloodline. Tainted blood, half blood. To the point that some of those who are now calling Yorubas who did not follow this Tinubu slavery as Omoale, but by the time you begin to trace a lot of them, you see all these Olori Bruku people like Bamidele, go to his constituency and go and see poverty that is so naked. You will see naked poverty, they waka for road. They are looting your money, sharing your money. There is no tribalism in that sharing. Until when they felt like one part felt cheated by the other part. None of their people is benefiting from all this money we are mentioning. You are hearing. One Alawoku was on Facebook. I saw the comment and said, Mayegun, stop impersonating. You are not Igbo. I was like, I thought people should stay at the gates. Some of you, where the whole spanner, you suppose they gates. There are some ways you shouldn't let stay and feel comfortable here. Waiting concern Mayegun concern Igbo. That one Ashiri Muyidin came and said, Mayegun, stop impersonating, you are not Igbo. Does that even make any sense? You must have the level of hardship, poverty, frustration, depression that our people have been subjected to. Young people who are now suffering from different kind of schizophrenia. They are seeing things. And that is why they will continue to believe that the Igbos are coming to take their land. But yet, the people that are selling their lands or the ones coming to take them, they are either Fulani or Yorubas themselves. I saw some of them protesting in Lagos yesterday. They were protesting that Omonile have taken over their land. This Olori Bruku crumb eaters, so Facebook bandits, social media adsmen, they are mad. They are people who say, "Sure, you get." And people like that are some of those you are replying to on social media. Imagine you now replying. How many of you remember this? There's this skit of a man who happened to be like mentally disturbed. Okay, so he was seated in a canteen in Nigeria. Then Sabinus walked in, and as Sabinus said, "Can you please give me one roll, which is like a sausage roll?" So, and the man, as Sabino was eating his sausage roll little, that's how much he could afford. The madman next to him there said, "Would you like champagne? You don't like fried rice, jollof rice, chicken, and all of that?" And Sabinus was like, bros, I do, but I don't feel afford them. I don't get money to. I said, "Come on, order it, man. Order it." Sir, yeah, go, take anything you want. So Sabino started ordering for food, drinks. So the bill, he walked in with his 500 naira to buy a roll. But he ended up with a bill of about 300,000 naira. Something like that. Very massive. And as said, they were coming back to ask him to pay. And they brought the bill. So Sabinus now said, it's okay, now that bros go pay. The people in that canteen, they do know, that restaurant, by the way, they do know that I know that one a madman. Who go pay you for your food? That chicken, no, he's a madman. You better pay. Then the man stood up. He was wearing just a boxer, brief. He was actually not wearing, he wore suit, but down there, he wasn't wearing anything. That was the moment. Sabinus felt like, this is it, it's over. So would you go and fight him? These are the kind of people you are reacting to on social media. A lot of you have a lot to lose. Your jobs, your businesses, your savings, your investments, your family. Many of you, your lives. You do have something to lose. Majority of these abobakus on social media, hungry beggars, most of them, they do not have anything to their names. They do not have anything to lose. And that is why when you tell them their country is bleeding, people are losing their jobs, they will come for you and say, is it the first time people are losing their job? Because many of them have never really worked in their lives. Where would the job come from? Where would the skill to do any job come from? They are not well educated or properly. Most of them are miseducated, right? They do not have any real skill that you can say can improve any society. They do not. So if you lose your job, people just lose job. If you lose your investment, maybe you are corrupt. These are the rogues you are arguing with on social media. So sometimes I tell you don't. And when they pop up on my platform like that, I love using them as a very, very good analytic material. Because sometimes you ask yourself, how could anybody, if they are not mad, still open their mouth and defend APC, or Tinubu? Only mad people. Only mad people. So you should be careful for those you do argue with on social media. I've removed that madman, by the way, but if you see any other one, some of you are holding spanners. You are supposed to be at the gates. When you see the way they walk in, if they move anyhow, and last spanner, Momoluri, do not let them disturb my own brethren here, okay? Because what they do is distract you while the rogues continue to mortgage their lives. They are the humbled slaves they have been humbled. The poverty in Nigeria that got weaponized, those are the weaponized evidence of poverty in Nigeria. Do not let them sap you of your energy. I can deal with them. Always remember, Oshiomole said, we are already naked in the market. They have already told everybody that this or that. Ọpẹ́yẹ wọ́n bá wọn délé. Olè Èkìtì collected 500 million. He is one of those who collected 500 million. He is one of those with their own padded budget in the budget. Make I show you something. And you can tell me this. How is this going to help the people out of poverty in Nigeria? So everybody from Akpabiole senatorial district, they go just they buy what? They go just they sell ice water. Abi? All of them go just they sell what? And where is that electricity going to come from, by the way? But you all know that all of this empowerment nonsense, the money is going to be paid into private pockets. No, woman, if they give 50 of them freezers, that's enough. Even though with an expensive freezer, 500,000 naira freezer, at least, okay, may I ask? May not be like, say, they use wrong figure ignorantly. Tell me,